Hi everyone, welcome to Immigration and Jobs Talk Show. I'm Rajni Bharara, your host. And by watching our videos, you agree and understand that the information provided by our experts and attorneys, including comments and replies from users, is not legal advice. Use of information is at your own risk. All right, welcome back everyone to Immigration and Jobs Talk Show. I'm Rajni Bharara, your host, and I'm so glad to have you join us today. We are actually diving back into a topic that's captivated so many of you: studying and settling in the US, myths versus realities. If you're tuning in for the first time, I encourage you to check out our previous episode with attorney Prashant Ajmera, where we discussed a lot of the foundational aspects of this journey, from understanding the visa process to tackling the initial steps of studying in the US. We have covered quite a bit of ground, but don't you worry if you have missed it. You're in for an equally insightful discussion today as well, because we are today going to take things to the next level. For those who joined us the last time, welcome back everyone. And for our new viewers who are joining us for the first time, I'm thrilled to have you all here as a part of our growing community. So thank you so much for joining us. Once again, I'm excited to welcome back none other than Indian immigration attorney Prashant Ajmera, who is joining us for his, I don't know, third or fourth episode. But on this topic, it's going to be his second episode. With his wealth of experience helping students and families navigate the complexities of studying and settling in the US, Prashant is here to provide clarity, debunk the myths, and share actionable advice so you can use right away. And today, like I said, we are going to dig even deeper into the realities of pursuing the American dream and what are some of the misconceptions that still need to be addressed. How can students prepare themselves for a successful future while avoiding the common pitfalls? And what updates should families be aware of as they plan this important journey? So we are going to talk about it all. So whether you are a returning viewer or joining us for the first time, welcome back again. Get ready for an insightful discussion, everyone. We are not just live on on YouTube, but we are also live on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter. And the handle is Immigration Talk Show. So make sure that you subscribe to us, you follow us, and also you drop your questions in the comments below. If you have any question related to this topic from Prashant, make sure that you post it in the comments below. In after some time, we'll be more than happy to take your question. But for now, without any further ado, let's welcome Prashant once again to Immigration and Jobs Talk Show. Welcome back, Prashant.
Thank you, Rajni. Thank you for having me again. And I think it has become a routine. This is the fourth one I think I'm coming on the show. And I think this topic is, as I told you, it's getting longer. We already have a number of questions from us. So happy to be back here and happy to be chatting with everybody.
Thank you so much, Prashant. We are happy to have you, and it's always a pleasure having you on the show. And we have done a couple of episodes now. I actually was thinking whether it's third, fourth, fifth, because I really enjoy doing these shows with you. So I even have forgotten the number of episodes we have done. So
Good
thank
to
you so
know.
much again. Yeah, for being here.
Yeah.
And I know you're really busy because you have been traveling quite a lot. I think this past month and also this past
Yeah.
week.
Yeah.
So before I ask you, and before we dive into today's topic, how has that journey been? How has that past week been for you?
That was not on a business trip, but more on a social club. The You can say professional social responsibility. So it was something I went to Jamshedpur, and there we had a family function, and then I met the hospitals and local medical college to create the awareness about the organ donation. That's my second journey, which I do the my professional social responsibility. I call it, where I work actively on organ donation awareness, legal awareness on organ donation law in India. And then again, I was in Chennai and in the Abu Dhabi, was also for the same purpose, but some little bit of work was also there. So that aspect is also taking non-profit organizations, you can say NGOs and NGO is taking quite a bit of my time, but me and my wife both are enjoying. And for that, I have a very specific website out there, which is called oneindiaonelaw.org, which is the only website in India which talks about the organ donation law, the clarity reforms and the amendments which require to be done in India. And
Oh.
quite a lot of work on that aspect. It's itself is a big journey on that side. We can do five shows on that one, but not suitable for that platform.
I mean, so beautiful. I mean, you being an attorney and also, not just doing your human duties, but also choosing that spiritual path also for yourself, so that you can balance out both the things. So that's so beautiful. Um, so thank you so much for that, for being so socially active and for thinking about the human society and thinking about the society actually, and for the betterment of it, right? And so thank you so much for doing that, Prashant. But now let's come to our today's topic and let's discuss, the
Sure.
US journey that people want to follow, and the American dream that people want to follow, and the dream of studying and settling in the US. So, Prashant, then before I ask you my very first question, it's actually about parents. So, we are going to target parents first. We are going to start with targeting parents first in our today's episode. But before I do that, can you tell our audiences what can they expect from today's episode?
Every step, Rajni, you will not believe it. That today itself, I got a three phone calls, two from USA parents whose children are in USA, one from Canada. That after reaching there, now their children are facing the difficulties in obtaining the permanent residency in USA and in Canada. The reason being that they have rushed to the USA without any planning, without taking any professional advice, and without understanding that or presuming that it is an automatic. The once you go there, your immigration is automatic, job is automatic, and life is set. And I think that's where the parents and children are making the biggest mistake. And I want to demystify those myths or the misconception people having about that in today's episode.
Okay, thank you so much for answering that question, Prashant. And to everyone who has joined us or who will be joining us, guys, make sure that you post your questions in the comments below. And also, if you want to give us a call and if you want to directly ask a question to Prashant, you can also give us a call on this number. You can dial 425-436-6335. I would like to repeat it, 425-436-6335. And you can also, you have to put the access code, and the access code is 98888. Yes, 9 5 times 8. So dial this number, put this access code, and you will be here with us, and we are going to take your question from Prashant. So I think Muhammad Ali has joined us. So Ali, I would like to request you to, why don't you give us a call on this number so that we can directly be joined? And I'm sure that you can also hear this music sound which is playing, the backdrop. It's actually not it's not any instrument or anything like that. It's actually the phone which is ringing. We are waiting for you to give us a call on this number, so make sure that you give us a call, and yes, we'll be taking your question and asking it from Prashant. So he says, can I not join from any live link? Well, we can do that. I would request my team to, if they can directly share it to Ali's maybe chat, so that he can join us on this call and can ask his question from Prashant. So yes, we can do that. But meanwhile, let me ask my very first question from Prashant. Prashant, I would like to know from you that how can parents and students effectively plan and prepare for studying in the USA, and what key factors should they consider before students? Because we already talked a lot about students in our last episode. So in our this episode, if you can please talk about parents first.
For the parents, the important aspect is the financial planning, because obviously when you are sending your child for a study abroad after grade 12 or a bachelor's degree or master's degree, we all know that the cost of studying in USA, America, Canada, any places you take it, it's very expensive and is a huge cost. And that's where the parents should do the financial planning, start saving up in a way that basically it adds up that you are financially ready when your child is ready to go to study. Even I advise my parents who come to me to diversify their portfolio and making an investment out of India, which is legally allowed. That you should diversify your portfolio. That say, for example, you are putting $100 or 100 rupees in a mutual fund in India. Why don't you put 20% of that amount of money out of India? The other things you have to consider is that as you go along, make sure that the certain things do you do with your children, with your child, that they are good in English. Number one. Number two, do not presume that we have a money and my child goes to America, everything is good. There are a lot of information available online. Collect those informations, dive into that along with your child and gather the information. If you cannot do that, take a professional advice where you have to pay some money. Do not go to an agent or consultant who are giving you a free advice. This is where the parents are making biggest mistake. We went to an agent, get us an admissions without securing anything, without checking anything. My child is going to an America. They do not verify which college or which universities they are going to, what the child is going to study, what are the prospects for that one. Many parents, older parents, those who are 50 plus, find it difficult to get on with the digital age and the digital things, but you have to learn. And if you cannot do that, come to somebody like us who are doing the international career counseling. We charge the fees, but we give you a truthful advice. We do not work as an agent of a university or a college, but we work for you. So that's where you have to do it, is the financial plannings. Make sure that your child is good in English. You gather the enough information about the job prospects of your child, what he wants to study. Is it worth doing that one or not? Do not get into the peer pressure. That means my relative's son is in America or daughter is in America. I have to send my child to America as well. Do not do that one, because you can do a financial ruin on that one. If somebody has gone to America, your relative's son as a computer engineer, and now you are thinking to send your child for doing something else which doesn't have a job prospects, you will be for a very difficult ride, or financially you can be a ruin, because the cost of study and living in America is not cheap. It's very expensive. Number two, furthermore, also parents are making a mistake of taking a loan with the presumption that if the child goes to America, he is going to work part time and he will send us some money back and we will pay back the loan. But now the cost of studying in USA is so high, you are taking a huge amount of loan from here, or you are mortgaging your house or an assets, and then you are paying the installment here, and the child is not in a position to pay back. So do not expect that child is going to send us the money and we will be in a position to do it. That is the bad idea, bad planning. And doing the hurry. I send my child after the 12th as soon as possible and he's set. Sending a child to USA after 12th is a huge expenses. 4 years of bachelor's degree can cost you between 1.5 to 2 CR. That's for a one child. Are you ready to spend that kind of a money for your child? Do not get into the trap of the agent that, okay, I'll get your child into a community college and he's a 2 years course and your child will get an immigration and so and so. The 2 years of a community college is, or a diploma is of no use at all. No use. You will not get an H1 visa. You will not get a good jobs. So do not do that one. If the finance is also your concerns, and if you are not into a very high bracket, my suggestion to Indian parents would be, let your child complete the 4 years of bachelor's degree in India and convince him to do 1 or 2 years of experience and then go for a master's programs or go for uh, MBA. Consider that one, and based on that one you plan that where the your study would be year or a year and a half, so your cost would be low. Child is a mature, so he will have a less difficulty in settling in America. and getting it adjusted to it, rather than he's going at 18 and going at 22 or 23 is a big difference, or at 24. So, unless and until you are very, very sure about the child's maturity, your financial strength, and what child wants to do it, and is he really going to benefit by doing a bachelor's degree in America for 4 years, do not send it. In my opinion, Rajni,
Mm-hmm.
Indian parents who are of the like us, middle age, means coming from a middle class family, going to America or even Canada or any other country after 12th is the biggest mistake of their life. Biggest mistake.
Mm.
Financially, that will ruin you. Child is not doing, they don't know what they're doing it. And then they want to say, okay, now what do we do it? And
Yeah.
one question which is asked by Chandra is about converting the F1 to a green card. It is not automatically, particularly if you are an Indian citizen, it is not automatic. Because there is
Mm-hmm.
a special a certain quota is there. Out of that quota, only 7% is available to Indian students per year, and the number of students are the highest, almost half a million, 5 lakh students are waiting for a green card in F2 and F3 categories. So it's
Mm-hmm.
going to take 10, 15 years before your child can get a green card, even 20 years. So so that is very important for the parents to understand. So many different aspects you have to look into it,
Yeah.
to do it, and try to do it early planning. Not do not wait till where your child is in grade 12 and then only start looking for it. Try to do it when your child is in the grade 5 or a 6 or 7. Start gathering the information. Don't consider that, oh, my child is only in grade 5, it's grade 6, it's a long way to go. No, it's not long way to go. It's a time to start thinking. Child may not have it, but if you want, as a parents, start gathering the information, collecting the informations, that where my child is going to go, what is going to study, science or arts or commerce or a liberal arts, after 12th or after the bachelor's degree, what money we will need it, how do we save it, where do we save it, can we save in America, what level of English my child should do it, what are the other curricular activities he should do it, what kind of NGO work he should do it. All those things are very important to get your child an admission into a good university in America. And the
Mm.
way in which we do it in India nowadays as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all those aspects needs to be taken care by the parents, because child would be immature when they are in the high school between grade 5 and 12.
Right, right. Absolutely. Prashant, I actually have a lot of other questions also that I would like to ask from you. But before I do that, Ali has actually joined us on this call, and
Yeah,
he is, I think, inside the stream. So, okay.
yeah, Ali is
Hi,
here.
Ali.
Yes. Hello. I
Hello.
am from Pakistan.
Nice.
Nice.
Hello.
Pakistan. Where
Thank you.
exactly from Pakistan?
Yes, I'm from Pakistan, and thank you very much. You are both adding me here, and actually, my question is here from uh, Ajmera, Prashant Ajmera,
Yeah,
sir.
right.
Mhm.
Uh,
Yeah,
uh,
yes.
yes. Actually, my question is here. I want to get a remote job. Actually, I am currently working in a software house, and it's a very hectic situation. 10 to 7 p.m., and then nobody can get a bright future and other uh, like creativity or a bright future and save money, each and everything. Just our salaries. I can say that hand to mouth is going, life is going hand to mouth. So actually my question is here, how I can get a remote job on the base of US companies or UK companies, because we are a good developers. I know our worth, who we are. So how I can get a client in the simple words? Can you please guide me? Thank you very much.
Before Prashant, before you answer that question, I would like to know from you, Ali, that where from Pakistan, where exactly from Pakistan have you joined us?
Actually, I'm from Lahore.
Wow,
Wow.
you're from Lahore. Okay. Prashant, before Prashant answers this, I would also like to tell you that you can share your resume with me because we are a staffing company. So if we have any opening for you, anything that suits your profile, we are definitely going to get in touch with you. So my email ID is already displayed on screen. It's rajni@staffingly.com. So send your resume to me, and if you have anything for you, I'm going to get in touch. Over to you, Prashant. Prashant, what do you like to say?
Okay. So when you want to look for a remote
Thank you,
jobs,
Rajni.
there are a lot of companies in India and in Pakistan. I have seen that they find a job. Particularly depends on your skill level when you are doing as an individually, and based on your skills that you want to basically market yourself in America. There are websites are there, and you can approach them directly. People are also find out the companies that who are my targeted company. Say for example, I give you an example that you are doing a development into a Python. Then in Python, which applications you are developing and which are the likely companies will need my services. And if you go to online, and particularly the US government Department of Commerce website, they have an extensive database of the American companies where you can target them. Also, the social medias are there. Like I'm working with another company here in India where they do the scrubbing of the online scrubbings, and they do get a lot of companies are getting their work done. And what they've done is that they hire a team of professionals basically doing the social media marketing to the American companies in America, and say that okay, this is what we do it, and this is what we are interested in doing it, and basically they generate the leads for themselves. That's the one way of doing it. If you are a large enough corporations and doing it, I think in a similar way, if you're an individuals, then there are websites are there in USA which is called freelancers, where you can register yourselves. And there are small companies and medium-sized companies in America and Canada are looking for that kind of a project that they know that it might cost them a more expensive or in the USA or America to develop. And if they want to get their app developed, say for example, then if you have that expertise to develop that app particularly in that area, they would be interested. And this is how the people try to get a job from America and Canada and all these countries. But I've seen that generally the success rate is more from American companies than Canada, Australia, New Zealand, or even a UK company, because these are the five English speaking countries where you have a more English speaking, so language is not a barrier. If you go to a European countries, like say for example France or Germany, they will immediately expect you that do you provide service in our local language as well or not. So these two ways you can look at into it. As you are in Lahore, also I would say I think in Islamabad and in Karachi, they have a in the Pakistan and US Chamber of Commerce. So you can join that one. That's where you can meet the companies coming regularly and give you. If I'm not mistaken, in Karachi they have the organization called Thai, the Thai Pakistan or Thai Karachi, where all the IT company peoples are coming and joining and they are doing it. So those company would could be an ideal place to look for a job or a work. Also, the another things I can tell you to do it is that, for example, you are an expert in a Java, and there are a lot of this kind of an online and offline webinars, seminars, and conferences are happening in America. You have to look at those ones. Like if you go to a website called times10.com, you can go to this website and see that there is there a conference, IT related conference in which you have an expertise. The companies who has displayed their companies are participating that one. Pick up those companies, approach them directly, send them an email that I'm from Lahore, Pakistan, this is what we do it, and this is how we can do it. Once you have an enough number of clients, then we can help you further to register your company in USA, open up a bank account in USA, and start working on it. Before you open your account or anything in USA, you can open your to receive your payment. Probably you can use the company like wise.com or pioneer.coms are the companies where you can open an online foreign currency account. So it becomes an easy for your client to send a payment to you. These are the things you can do it. I mean, so whole solutions I can provide you.
Okay, Ali. So I hope you have got your answer. So Prashant actually has great tips for you. He said a lot of things, and I'm sure that you are going to follow all those tips, and you're hopefully going to land a job for yourself. And if you do, so make sure that you send some most famous and best sweets from Lahore to Prashant, and
I,
he
I,
will. Uh-huh.
I've been to Lahore and Karachi and Pakistan three
So,
times.
okay, Prashant, before you say that, Ali, is it Lahore or Lahore? What's the correct
Lahore,
pronunciation?
Lahore.
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 Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
Prashant, you were saying.
Yeah, so I've been there. I have visited the Pakistan three times, and I traveled between the three countries: Islamabad, Karachi, and Lahore. Whenever I used to go, but after 2007, I stopped going to Pakistan. But yeah, I visited there, and I have a good memories there. I have still good friends there in Pakistan, actually. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Anyway, thank you, Ali. If you want to take the next question, Rajni.
Yes, but Ali, thank you so much for
Yeah.
joining us. I hope you have got your answer. If you have follow ups or anything, make sure that you
Yes.
post in the comments below. And we are going to take your questions from the comments. But thank you for joining us on this stream. Lots of love to Lahore and Pakistan. Thank you for joining us.
I think there is a
All
phone.
right.
If someone is,
Okay, so a lot of questions are being posted here. So, but Prashant, before I delve into the audience's question, I would like to know from you that what major, you know, not problems, but critical mistakes do families actually make when they, plan the process to send their child to a different country? What are those common critical mistakes that are being made by families, which they should completely avoid?
first and foremost is that they do it last minute. That
Oh.
last minute means when they get the results of the child in their hand with when the bachelors or 12, that's at the time they start running and looking for the study abroad, which is big mistake. The second one mistake is that a good number of children's coming from Punjab and Gujarat and not that much in South, their language problems, which the parents have never taken into considerations that the child wants to study abroad, then he should do good in English language. The third thing is that they want their child to study abroad, but till the grade 12 is finished, they have never gathered the information. They have never talked to anybody professionally that what they should do it. And the biggest mistake is that all the agents in India, even in Pakistan, now as we have an audience from Pakistan, they provide a free services. But I just wrote an article that the free consultation is you will get what you pay for. Basically, they are there to sell the admission to an university, so they make in commission. So you are not getting a candid, clear, bitter truth or a good advice from those agent and consultant. And if when I ask them to pay $100 or $200 in our first consultation, oh, why should I pay? If I pay $200, am I going to get my immigration? Means $200 you are bargaining with me to get your American green card. If you do not have a job, so I my answer to them is, if you when you go to a doctor and doctor say that you have to take a blood test and an X-ray, do you ask the doctors that am I going to survive or am I going to my means health is going to get better? No, you pay for it.
Mhm.
So the biggest mistake the parents are making is not taking the lawyer's professional advice, pay for it, and get the right advice. Rather than that, oh, all agents, for them, all agents and consultants are same, and even the immigration lawyers are same. It's not. And that's where the spending a couple of $100, having a 1 or 2 hours consultation with somebody like us. I'm not the only one. There are a lot of people like me who can provide the good advice on international career counseling. But first questions what you should ask as a parent is, do you represent any universities or college? If they say that yes, we do and we can get you an admission, don't take his advice. Don't hire services because he is not working in interest of your child. He is
Right.
working in interest of your university or college. So your child can go to that university or college and make his commissions. The second mistakes which the most of the parents make, and they fell for the university or college, that they will get a letter from admissions. Oh, you got the 20% or 30% scholarship and take an admissions. So they just take and grab that admissions. Parents are also very excited about it. But remember that those courses may not be right for your child. Do not take an admission into any college or any universities what you like it. You have to do a systematic analysis. Your child is not in a position, you try to do it. If you cannot do it, take a professional advice that what he's going to study, where he's going to study, and what are the job prospects, and these are all the informations available online, and this is what the parents needs to do. Lot of homework. This is not 1975, this is 1925. It's 50 years. So if your father or grandfather has gone to America, and or your relative has gone to America and settled in a no time in 1975, that was a different time, and now it's a different time. The competition is increasing, number of students are going there is increasing, cost is increasing, the visa is very limited, so it's not automatic. And if you don't plan for it, you are there for a expensive ride.
Right, right. Absolutely. Like you said, Prashant, it's not 1975, but it's 2025. So make sure that you act accordingly, you plan accordingly, so that the results are also going to come accordingly. So, very important. That people should follow, something very important. So with this, I come to my very important question now. Before I take audience's question, again, this question is a question that has to be asked, need to be asked, because mostly everybody thinks this. So Prashant, is it true that studying in the US is only for the rich? And what financial aid options, scholarships, and part time work opportunities are available to international students to make education more affordable?
If your financial means are such that you need to depend on the job in America, and you need to depend on the scholarships and aid in America, do not send your child to America after grade 12, because these are very scarce resources. It is not available to anybody and everybody. It used to be happen that you might get some kind of jobs on a campus, off campus, and you are in a position to do it. But now, looking to the number of students coming from all over the world in American campus, in Canadian campus, those are very, very difficult jobs to get in. So if you, because see, the pattern has changed, Rajni. In 1975 to up to 2000, even up to 2010, students were going to study in America for only master's program, which was a year or a year and a half. But as the financial means has improved in India of the parents or of the family, and they started sending their children to America after grade 12. But in doing that, when you have to understand that you're studying for 4 years. That means 4 years of tuition fees, minimum 30,000 US dollar per year. So that means $120,000. That's, you are talking about a 1 CR plus at least $10,000 per year living expenses. So you're looking at 150,000 US dollar for your 4 years of an education minimum. In between, you travel more. And if your financial means are limited, there is no way you can earn this kind of a money and earn $150,000 in 4 years while studying as well. So if you want to do a bachelor's degree and you think that you can work and finance that, it's not going to happen, because the kind of a job you are going to get is a minimum wage jobs, which is basically working in a grocery stores, convenience stores, restaurants, on campus doing the jobs, teachers, assistants. Those are bare minimum where you can make some money to support your some bills, but you cannot make the full-fledged living out of that one, pay for all your university fees, pay for your living expenses and travelings, and then you have a wish that I will save the money and send it back to in India to my parent. No, it is not going to happen. So 4 years of an education, and if you think that you're going to work in America and part time and finance your education, it is going to be next to impossible. So don't do that one. Finish your bachelor's degree 4 years here, take a 2 or 3 years of an experience in India, and go for a master's program and then try to do it. Because remember, for unfortunately for Indian students, the waiting line for green card is almost 15 to 20 years, and it's going to increase more and more. So it's not going to be automatic. So you cannot take the considerations that okay, I go to America, I'll work there, I do this, and based on that one. And also remember, by law, only after first year you can work if you are doing good in your grades. That the university will give you a permission that you can get an OPT while you are studying. You can get an OPT after you have finished your study, and you can do it. So basically, try to earn money and to pay for that one. Yes, if you end up with a good jobs, you can so probably earn some money and probably finance your educations or repay your loans. But while studying, and if you say that part-time working and I'm going to finance and make my education affordable, it's going to be a difficult one, Rajni.
Wow. Okay, thank you so much for answering that question in so much detail. Prashant, with this, I would actually like to take a question from one of our viewer, Anusha, who has posted that what is the bare minimum salary for 4 years graduate in USA?
Okay, bare minimum salary. Two questions, two answers, two ways.
Okay.
One is say bare minimum in there are 50 states in USA, and if you go and do a Google search, it will show you a bare minimum wage to be paid for any jobs in that state, which will say that $12 an hour, $15 an hour, $17 an hour. That means you are working in a Pizza Hut or a grocery store, convenience store, security guard jobs or cleaning jobs or sweeper. That's the one way to look at it. Now, I think probably she is asking questions in terms of the graduate person
Yeah.
who is an educated and trying to get a job in his
Very
own
good.
field. Say for
Uh-huh. A good
own
reputed
field.
job.
Oh, yeah. So white collar jobs we are talking
Yeah.
about. So in that respect, the Department of Labor in USA has very detailed statistics available where you can say that okay, what are the minimum salary for a software programmer in New Jersey or in Chicago, that means in Illinois or in California. So it will give you an exact statistical scientific breaking that minimum wage job in USA for a computer programmer in Chicago area is 80,000 to $120,000. I'm just giving you an example. So those information is available. And remember, when you finish your bachelor's degree and a company is sponsoring you, your immigration lawyer will file a petition with the Department of Labor for the approval of your job, and then they will provide the data to that one that we are giving the minimum wages or salary to that employee to show it to the US Immigration Department. So these data are continuously used by the immigration lawyers and attorney. So and it is government published data available where you can look at those data freely available, free of charge on this one, particularly for your jobs and particularly of your city or a state you want to go to. Say, for example, you are a doctor or you are a management consultant or you are an accountant, you are a charter accountant, you are a lawyer, psychologist, whatever the occupation is there, more than 25,000 jobs are there. And for every job, on the government of US website, the job future is there. What are the job prospects are there? What is the we call it the job profile on the government website. It is published by the government, the Department of Labor. It similarly is done in America, Canada, in every country they do it, whereby they have a specific job, say computer programmer, analyst, these system managers, data mining, AI, whatever it is. And then they give that what are the minimum jobs and average job is, what are the, I mean, kind of a work we are doing it,
Mhm.
what job duties you should be doing it, what are the minimum qualification is required, and what would be the salaries range are there, that if you are a startup, I mean, so new graduates or a rookie, then what would be the starting salaries, the high salaries. And those are the one which I was talking to you earlier, that if somebody is going to study and then they want to say that, okay, what are the salaries available, computer program is in a high demand, so that's okay. But if you are going for a psychologist or a sociologist, social workers, a variety of work people go to, and they want to look for a jobs, all these things, this is where they can find the informations, find the associations, and it is available on the US government websites. That's where they can find it.
Okay. Okay. Well, also Ali also agrees and says exactly, advocate, sir. So thank you so much, Ali, for your comment, and thank you so much for that insightful answer, Prashant. Um, Also now, because we have more questions from our viewers, so let me quickly take, I think, Chandra's question maybe. I don't think we took this question from Chandra. So she says, people say studying in the US guarantees permanent residency later. Is there any truth to this, or is it just a myth? How does a student transition from an F1 visa to a green card? I think it's a myth, right? As far as I'm also
It's
concerned, it's a myth.
it is a myth. It's a whole our episode is about this one. It's
Yeah.
whole our series of episode is about this one. It is not automatically in any country. Forget about the America,
Yeah.
but Canada, Australia, New Zealand. I work with immigration lawyers in every country. Nowhere it is automatic, but people believe that it is automatic, and that's the myth versus reality. That's number one.
Yeah.
See, if you look at the very quickly look at the steps of the F1 visa, then F1 visa to the OPT, you do it, OPT to STEM OPT if you are working in a science and maths bachelor's or a master's degree. Then you are looking for a company who will do your H1 visa, and from H1 visa you are going for a green card, and green card to citizenship. So these are the usual steps. So now what has happened is, Rajni, that when you are F1 visa, OPT, it's all good. So first 4 years, if you're doing bachelor's degrees or masters, and 3 years on OPT is all good. After that, the stumble starts. How do I get my company to sponsor my H1? I got the company, now how do I get into the lottery? So problem. Once you get your H1 visa, then okay, 3 years, another 3 years, I find a company. Now I have to look for a company who will sponsor my green card. Once I get my green card, I'm in sponsorships. Now I'm waiting for my I-40 approval. Once I-40 approval is done, I'm waiting for the authorization EAD card, employment authorizations card. Then I'm getting a green card. And particularly for an Indian students, it's very difficult because already 500,000 students are waiting for a green card in EB2 and EB3 category. So waiting period is 12 years from the date you file your green card petition. So it's a long wait. It is not automatically, and these are the steps to be seen. Out of that, I would say small number of students, those who are exceptionally good, they found the right jobs, they have right skills, they have right knowledge, they are well deserving students, they are brilliant students, and getting their green card, that doesn't mean that everybody else is going to get it as well. So there are so many steps to be done, and and that's the reality of the studying in USA. And you have to go with that mind frame that these are the steps you have to do it. It's not going to happen automatically.
Absolutely. And Chandra, as of now, it is completely a myth, but hopefully it's going to be a truth in the near future, because now Trump has already said that he's going to grant green cards to the students who get graduated from US universities. So hopefully it's going to become a truth in the near future. But as of now, like Prashant said, it's completely a myth. But thank you so much for your question, and I hope you've got the perfect answer from Prashant. If you have any follow up, make sure that you continue posting in the comments below. Meanwhile, let
Shubham has put up the questions. I've heard that starting a business after graduate can help fast track the green card process. Is there even an option for someone just out of the school, and what kind of risks are involved?
Mhm.
Uh, yes, in reality, that is possible. I think you are probably talking about the two types of visa. One is the EB5 visa, and another one is a startup visa, which has not taken up at all further because the no government guideline has come up. So, say for example, I'm talking about the two categories. If you are science graduates or computer science graduate, and you are have a startup ideas, and the law says that if there is a VC company in America make an investment of 250,000 in your startup, there is a possibility to get advance parole to means stay in USA and work on your startup. But it has remained only in theory. There is no further instruction from the government. So that business is out of the questions. Now the second one is about the EB5. So EB5 law is possible if you are a graduate. Either you start your own business or you have a friend or relatives who are there in USA, they are starting a new business, and if you make an investment of $1 million, so you may not have your $1 million, but your parents can give you $1 million and make an investment in that business and create a 10 full-time jobs, you got your green card in 2 years. And you don't have to wait till you graduate. You can do it while you are graduate, or you can get it even before you go to an America in advance. So you will pay the local student fees and you will do a big saving. So don't wait. If your family has that kind of a money to make an investment for doing a business in America, then do not wait till you go to an America. Get your green card before you go there. So when you comes to the university education, your fees would be a local student fees. Your quota for the admission would be a local student fees, and then you will be entitled to the lot of scholarships and grants and government aid and everything because now you are a green card holder. Now, what happens is that the people do the other way around. They go to America first on student visas, find all the difficulties, and then they try to make an investment under the EB5 category. But my advice to the parents who are wealthy parents, that if you want your child to study in America and settle in America, or as a family you want to settle in America, then consider the EB5 before your children gets turned 18, because by 21 they will not qualify to come with you as a dependent. So that's the kind of a business you can start in America and get your green card. But if you start some grocery store or convenience stores, or means car shops or some retail business or a small manufacturing unit, that's not going to get you a green card or anything like that.
Well, Shubham, I hope you have got your answer. Thank you so much, Prashant, for that detailed, insightful answer. And actually, Anusha's question also I would like to take. It's very similar to what Chandra had asked, but still, if you would like to again give an answer to her question, she says, "Is there any truth to the idea that graduating from a prestigious university makes it easier to get a job and navigate the immigration process? Uh, how far
Okay.
or how close is it to truth?"
Okay. So say for example, now we take a prestigious university. So let's talk about those 8 Ivy League universities. Harvard, Stanford's, and I mean, so those Ivy League and top universities. So if you have got into that universities, that means you are a brilliant student. And if you're a brilliant student, then chances are that the top companies in the USA would be looking for you while you are having an OPT, optional practical training. So that becomes an easy for you. Once you are there in companies, and if you are doing pretty well with them, they might sponsor your green card. And if they do that one, then it's an easy for you, but the time will not be reduced because again, whether you get a degree from Harvard University's masters, and get a job with the top companies in USA, and if you are applying under the EB2 or EB3 categories, it remains the same. But say, for example, now you have gone further in your subjects, you are doing extremely well, that you are a, they call it a national interest waiver or person with exceptional abilities. If that's the kind of a profile you have built up by studying into the top universities, by working with the top companies or universities or research institutes, then yes, it will accelerate your green card process, particularly under the national interest waiver, the EB1A category, in which your green card could be available to you in less than 2 years' time. So that category is available. So yes, it does definitely helps the brightest of the brightest students. But I'll tell you, you might be a gold medalist in your university in your home country. When you reach to the universities, there are gold medalists from all over the world there in you with you in your class, and to making to the top of that class is quite a challenge. I have seen number of students very bright, but when they reach to the Americas, and they're doing pretty well, but they all, I asked them, how are you doing in your class? And I says, well, I'm number 3 or 4, I'm not number 1. And I do meet students, they say that yes, I'm on top of my class. So there is a stiff competition because the brightest mind students are coming to USA, in any good university in any country, are coming from the different parts of the world, and that's where you are competing and everything. And if you are becoming on top of that one, definitely you will do it. And that's your American dream, the brightest mind. And if you have an exceptional talent and your brightest things, you are doing it, uh, means it will help you to do your green card in a better way. But again, very small numbers, don't depend on that one all the time, that I'm going to get it as well. So you have to be truthful to yourself, that am I that material who can make it to that small percentage of national interest waivers, EB1A category. If that's what you are, yes, door is open and you go and grab it. And this quota is only for the 3 or 4 countries, the China, India, Vietnam, and Philippines, where the backlog is there. Rest of the countries in the world, there is no waiting. So if you are from Pakistan, there is no waiting. You get your green card in uh, 2 to 3 years time. You need to find a company to sponsor you, and you got it. Even if you are a businessman in Pakistan, and you can come to USA on an E2 visa, which is not options available to the Indian citizen.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much again for that answer, Prashant. Anusha, I hope you have got your answer. Thank you so much for posting your question. If you have a follow up, please continue posting it in the comments below. I have a question actually from Mariam, and Mariam says, "Nice, both of you." And she says, "Rajni, I have a question want to ask from you." Please go ahead, Mariam. Whatever question that you have, please ask. If you want, you can also join us on this stream. The link is already there in the comments below on LinkedIn. So click on the link and make sure that you join us on the stream so that you can ask your question directly by being here on the stream. And if you don't want to be on the stream, then you can also give me a call on the number, which is 425-436-6335. And the access code is 988888. Yes, 9 5 times 8. So you can also give me a call on this conference number and I'll put you through. And yes, you can ask whatever that you want to ask from either Prashant or me, like you said, that you want to ask it from me. So please go ahead. And meanwhile, Prashant, okay, I still have one question which I was reading while you were answering. I think this is from Chandra again. And Chandra says, how realistic is it for a student to fully fund their US education through scholarships or on campus jobs? Is it possible that international students can manage without family financial support?
Nope, not at all. Not at all.
Okay.
Simple. I won't go more into the detail. It's just a daydreaming. Daydreaming. Yeah.
I am so sorry. I think there was some connection problem or something that happened, but so sorry about that. Yes, Prashant, you were saying.
Yeah, so the depending on the finances and scholarships, and then working on this one out, and without spending a penny from in India and going to go and get it done, it is just next to impossible, unless you are an exceptionally brilliant genius students, where
Mhm.
the American government or NASA's and somebody says that okay, come on, Google says that come to USA, work on our campus, and we will take care of you anything. But to take and think about that one for an every students or an average students who are coming to an America, it is not going to happen at all. Even the American students, those who are born and brought up, are struggling to get a scholarships or get a jobs and things like that. And a negative part of studying in USA for the American student is that most of the students, when they finish their bachelor's and master's degree, they are under the big debts. They have a big loan to pay. Let me tell you one thing, that Indian students are very lucky that their parents are taking care of their finances. For most of the students, the parents are putting the bills. In USA, it may not happen. Not many parents in USA are taking care of their children for an education, means their education is going to university. Excuse me. But many students want to pursue their educations. Parents cannot afford it, or parents do not wish to pay, whatever may be the reasons. They take the loan from the banks, they take the loan from the universities, they take the loan from the financial institutes. And by the time they finish their education, particularly the doctor degrees and everything, they are in a heavy debt of anything between 70, 80,000 to $150,000. So many students, when they finish their bachelor's or master's in USA, initial 3 to 5 years they are working, or even sometimes 10 years they are working to pay back their debts. So in America, if this is the situation for the local students, how we can expect that the students coming out of USA will get the finances, scholarships, on-campus job, and they can study in USA? It's not going to happen.
Right, right. Okay, so Chandra, I hope you have got your answer. Thank you so much for your question. Karthik is also back, not back, but Karthik has actually posted one of his questions. He says, "Can you please explain regarding E3 visa?" So, would you like to say something about E3 visa on this episode, or shall we keep it for another, Prashant?
Is it E3 visa or EB3 visa?
I think Karthik, is it? I think it's E3 visa because he has posted this twice. So
E3 visa is basically American parents who are sponsoring their children who are married, and their right now their priority date is 2010. So you are waiting for 15 years. So keep looking for your priority date on the government website. There is nothing more to say about it. I just met a client today. He could not go to America with his parents because he was 27 years old, and the parents were sponsored by the grandfather in America, in New Jersey, and he could not go. So that, I mean, there is nothing more to it, and it's based on the quota. And priority date for the Indian, I'm talking about the Indian citizen, is I think August 2010 or something like that.
okay, but Prashant, does E3 visa only? I think it only applies to nationals of Australia, right? Or am I wrong here?
No, no, this is I think he's talking about the family sponsorship. So it has
Okay,
an it's basically E1, E2, E3, and E4. Means
okay,
the F1, F2, F3, and F4. So he's talking about that visa
right.
only.
Okay.
Uh, I think
Okay, so
E3.
Karthik, maybe if you can give us more details, what exactly would you like to know about E3 visa? And so that, what we can do is maybe Prashant can give you a detailed answer to what your exact question.
Yeah,
So
yeah, you are right. You are right, Rajni. It's E3 visa is
make
for
sure
the
that you
Australians. Australian. It's a non-immigrant visa for the Australian. If it is E3 and if it is a right category he is talking about, then it is for the Australian citizen.
continue posting your follow. Yeah, Prashant, I'm so sorry. Again, there was some connection issue. Can you see me fine? Can you hear me fine?
Yeah, I can hear you, and you are absolutely right, Rajni. That E3 visa, if he is talking about, it is for the Australian citizens, non-immigrant visa to work in USA.
Right.
But you
Yeah,
need to
yeah.
be an Australian citizen, have a job offer from a US company, and possess a bachelor's degree or its foreign equivalent in relevant specialty. And E3 visa is intended for those who will perform services in specialty occupation, which requires the application of the specialized knowledge. Number of visas E3 is limited to only 10,500 per year. So again, I know that in Australian visas, most of the Australian film stars and those who are working in USAs are working under the E3 visas, and they generally get probably three times more than the applications what you get in. And this
Right.
is because of the agreement between American and Australian government to bring the to allow the people to come to Australia to USA, and similarly there is a bilateral agreement between for the American people to go to Australia.
Yes, right, absolutely. And but Karthik, if you have any specific question or anything specific that you would like to know about E3 visa, please make sure that you post it in the comments below. And even after if the show gets over, we are still going to take your question. And yes, we are going to reply to your question. But now, Prashant, I would like to come to you. I think it's almost time to wrap the session up. But it was amazing. Asking you these questions and also getting these answers from you. Thank you so much for being here again. And any last tip or anything that you would like to tell our audiences and viewers who are watching us and who have the dreams and aspirations of going to the US, studying and settling in the US and making it big there?
Do lot of homework either on your own or take a professional help. Without that, you will be in a difficult ride.
Right,
Thank
guys,
you.
that's
Thank you,
the tip from
Rajni.
Prashant. Yeah, that's the tip from Prashant. And Karthik said, "How should I join the call?" Karthik, maybe another time because we have another show coming up at 4 p.m. 4 p.m. Eastern time. So please join us on that call. It is a very interesting discussion session that we have with our host Nipasa and Sam. And the details are already scrolling below. The show name is Daily Immigration Dose. So, yes, please join us on that call, and we would love to talk to you, and we would love to discuss a lot about immigration. And also, we can talk about, E3 visas. So, but thank you so much for your posting your question. And Mariam says, Rajni, thank you so much, Mariam, for that beautiful comment. And thank you so much for your kind words.
I think this episode we had a lot of interactions from the viewers as well, and it was nice to have the Ali on the coming joining us in live. So that's good.
Yeah, absolutely. But thank you so much, Prashant, for being here. And to everyone who wants to get in touch with Prashant, please give him a call on his number. I would like to display his
My
details.
last questions regarding 220 region for H1B, 221G. Yeah, so you get the 221G at the consulate. That means your documents are not complete and you need to provide the additional documents.
Okay, so thank you so much, Prashant. And
Okay.
Karthik, please join us on the 4 p.m. Show, and we'll be more than happy to discuss these things with you. But if you want to get in touch, guys, if you want to get in touch with Prashant Ajmera, here are his details. You can give him a call on his India number. You have to put the India code, which is +91. His number is 9974253030. I would like to repeat the number 9974253030. And his email ID is prashant at ajmeralaw.com. His website is www.ajmeralaw.com. So get in touch with him, and if you would like to get a detailed consultation regarding your immigration cases, get in touch with him. But for now, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Prashant, for being here. Hoping to see you very soon with another episode.
No problem. Thank you. We'll discuss about the next episode if you want to do it.
Absolutely, absolutely. Guys, thank you so
Okay.
much for being here, for posting your questions. That's it for now. We will be coming back at 4 p.m. with daily immigration dose. So make sure that you join us on that call. But for now, I'll have to take your leave. Thank you so much to all of you. Keep watching and keep subscribing to Immigration and Jobs Talk Show. I'm your host, Rajni Bharara. Bye for now.